around and everything, and the convenience stores. I'm just saying, whoever you believe off of, that's your lot. You're meant to be lost to that person or whoever you believe on, because the Most High had it that way. Because the Most High don't want you to be saved, especially the other nations. You don't even have salvation. But it said, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. That's why you believe in cultural evolution. All right, you believe that the reason we keep records of the Bible is just for culture experience, and it's there so you can see what these people wanted to believe on the past. Why do you keep hold of these records if they're going to be of no value? You know, if they're not going to profit you, why are you keeping it? All you're doing is just cluttering up space in the earth. And that's what I was trying to tell that man. And the so-called white man, especially, man, he doesn't keep hold of nothing that is not profitable or that is not important, right? And he knows the Bible is important, right? He knows he needs it because he's trying to frustrate prophecy. He's trying to stop these prophecies from really happening, right? But going back to that man that was saying cultural experience, if the Bible is not true, man, why is it here? Why do we have it? Why are the men popping up? Why is it that the records, because they'll tell you Maccabees that so-called white man tried, he did everything he could to destroy the Bible. He burned it, he killed people who had it, and then he burned the Bibles again. But again, why did he go through so great lengths to destroy this one book? And why is there so much great controversy over this one book and these these records? Why is there so much controversy over it if it's not real or if there's no proof to back it up? And I was even telling that Ammonite, you can go to Rome today and look at the account of the destruction of Jerusalem back in 70 AD, right? There's a record that Vespasian even said to the soldiers that he wanted to destroy Jerusalem so hard, but leave a couple of stones up to show just how much great destruction he put on that place. He wanted to be seen as a man of terror, all right? But why? If there's no use for it, why? Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Why the fuck is it so important to keep these records if they're not even real? Why are we going upon fables and fairy tales if they're not real? And that's what I'm trying to get y'all people to, man, 2/3. That's how we know these scriptures are true. That's how we know the Bible is true. All right? That's how we know science is wrong. These so-called science and scientists, they're dead wrong. All right? Thermogenics is wrong. The theories about string theory, thermodynamics, regression, black holes, all these people, all these Edomites and scientists that study off of them, they're all wrong, all right? Because we know that man wanted to say yesterday that a black hole can lead to a parallel universe, but he wanted to say all possibilities are possible, that if it's a parallel universe, you could decide to be stupid on the earth. I was like, what are you talking about, man? I was like, if it's a parallel universe, it's gonna mirror that other dimension. Whatever's on the other side is gonna mirror exactly what's on the other side of it. So if the earth is like this, then on the other side it's gonna be mirrored the exact same way. But I was trying to, it was getting all twisted up. The point I was trying to make is that dimensions, we know what dimensions are, man. They're just a gateway to get somewhere quicker. And there are other dimensions. There are what do you call it, the fourth dimension? Other spiritual realms. Okay, that's what black holes are, right? But I'm really just talking about what that man was talking about yesterday. All right, because when if you were to be there and have listened to this man yesterday, you could tell just how incredibly lost the man really is. Not trying to say I was saving. We already know he's a heathen. I'm just saying, you look at certain men or certain lost people or certain heathens today, and you can see just really how indoctrinated and how hard that casing of evil or wickedness has really formed around them. That there's no amount of proof, no amount of articles or records that you can give a man to show him that what he believes is wrong. And that's what I'm telling y'all people too, man. That's how y'all 2/3 are. We can tell you in your face how it tells you in Corinthians. In fact, let me get it. Let me see. Or it's in Galatians, my bad. Galatians 1:6. I marvel that you are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ into another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Christ. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. And now, even if another man, another angel, or an angel, actual spiritual angel, or even if Yahushua himself came down and told you, like, you're 2/3, what these men have been telling you is the truth, the so-called white man is the devil, he's lying to you, the foods that you eat today, they are, yes, in fact, used to kill you off, because, not because of nature, but because there's a certain people out there who hate you, and they know who you really are, they know you have an inheritance with the most, they know you have an actual power that lives. Even if they were to tell you that, you still wouldn't believe, all right? You still wouldn't believe, you still would not believe that this Bible really is the truth, all right? That these words really are the words of the Heavenly Father, all right? But I'm gonna go back to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 4:3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. And we already know that heathen can't get it. It's just an example that they're the ones also that hold all that wickedness in them. They are the ones who all those doctrines, all those fables, these lies, you know? Because another thing that man was trying to say, he tried to say, okay, if I was to give you the account of Santa Claus in a book, and I slapped it down right here and I said, all right, this is the account of him. And he goes, would you believe me or not if you didn't have no proof? I was like, I wouldn't believe you, but because, and I asked him, do you want me to ask you as far as me or as a simple person? And he goes, as a simple person. I was like, I would read it and I would find out for myself. And he goes, but you wouldn't believe. He goes, because you're just a person coming, you don't have, that man wanted me to physically go to Israel and find the actual grave of who the world called Jesus Christ. They wanted me to get his bones. They wanted me to, he wanted me to dig up the man who lived, who was what is it, Zacharias. He wanted that kind of proof. That's ridiculous. You can't, that's ridiculous. There's enough proof out there to show, man, that this Bible is true, all right? But that says, in whom the God of this world is blinded. Y'all people are so blind, man. Y'all people have been so deceived, all right? And to you brothers, man, we know how deceived these people have really become, all right? To the point of, it's flabbergasting, I guess. That's the word I'm gonna use. Like, you look at the person, you're like, you don't know what to say. You don't know how they could have came up with the conclusions they came up with. You don't know how they could believe what they believed, all right? Not because they just listen to the white man, but because they listen to their own heart, all right? But that's how it's gotten to. That's how blinded, and that's how blind the world can make you become, man, all right? These distractions you see, that's how blind you can become. If you ain't on fire, man, you'll become blind, all right? But I'm gonna go back to Wisdom of Solomon real quick. Because there's another point that the man was trying to make. He was asking me why then, if the Bible's true, why is it that nobody's believing on it? Or why is it that nobody practices what they preach? And I didn't tell him anything, man. I was even telling him to face. I was laughing a lot because he was like, why are you laughing? I was like, look, man, there's so much I could tell you, but I'm not gonna reveal to you. But it was a reason. It's not for it. It's not for him to even hear it. It was practice yesterday for me. That's all it was, man. Because he was trying to bring out all these advanced words, and he didn't even know the breakdown of it, or what it really meant. That's why he was believing all that he believes. That's why he is an atheist. That's why you 2/3 are atheists. You don't study. You don't really get down to the nitty-gritty of what something really means or what it was really intended for. again, he was like, why is it this way then? Why is the world the way it is? Because he was saying chaos. I don't remember. He was like saying something like to the effect of through order there is chaos and chaos there is order. Something like that, man. Some craziness, man. But he was saying, he was pushing it. I was like, man, I was like, I know who's pushing it, but I'm not gonna tell you. And I even told him, I know why you believe what you believe, man. I was like, I know where you learn your stuff from. The so-called white man has indoctrinated everybody. Everybody, all right? How? Through the internet. That's where, who puts up those things, man? Who puts up the internet? Or who puts up the websites? You know, there's a process, man. Like yesterday, I was looking on, I was trying to look for some signs off of GMS, the GMS site. But I was also looking at the books to order them. It's been a while since I've been on that site because I go to a different site. But I also was looking at giving tithes, and they don't accept tithes no more. Not because they can't accept them, but because Esau was trying to implement a 501c3 charter on the elders, and they were like, we ain't gonna have that shit. He even tells you, he's like, we ain't gonna have that. Damn right, man, because look but who was doing that? Esau. Esau does not let a website go up if it has anything that's not of him. If he's not taking credit for it, or if he doesn't get some type of profit out of it. So that's how you know. And who deletes all the videos on YouTube? Esau, all right? We know it, all right? But that's what I'm getting to. The reason people believe on what they believe, the reason you're atheist, the reason you believe on science, the reason you believe on genetics being the superior thing and everything today, is because the so-called white man pushes that shit out, man. He makes you truly believe that. It's all because he wants you to believe that he's the Most High, though. He wants you to look at him like he's the chosen one, all right? That's all it is for, man. That's why you got these scientists today, man, in the lab, working on lab coats, man. But it says, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High. But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace. For whilst they slew their children and sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelries of strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery, so that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns. And right there, forgetfulness of good turns. Because what happened when Esau came up into, or the whole Renaissance period? That was a whole turning of history. Because Esau finally came back out of his, of being held under the, held in the bottomless pit of Europe. That's when he was chained down, metaphorically speaking, okay? We already know. But how people actually believe that the devil was being chained down 1,000 years in a hole. It's talking about when Esau, the so-called white man, was in captivity, man. He was actually, and actually he became a base man. He was pretty much destroyed off to a point where he didn't have no power, all right? And Jake was ruling during that time, or Israel, all right? Negro and Latinos, they were ruling in those times. That's why you call it the dark ages, man. It actually refers to dark people ruling in that time. Dark skin, I'm sorry. But it said, but when that turn came, that's why I read at the very beginning, and this was an occasion. Once Esau knew it was his time to get back up, he took his occasion, and he was like, all right, with my opportunity, I'm gonna take this entire time and do everything I can to deteriorate these people, to put them in a state of brainwashing to where they can't return, to where they believe to where it's gonna come to a point in time of history like today, where they're gonna believe on nothing, man. That's why the scriptures say. That's why the scriptures say that the Most High is not at all. That the Most High is not at all in your thoughts. It literally, the Most High does not ever come up in your mind, man. And that's an incredibly wicked vibration on y'all people, man, and in your minds, in your spirits, man, to where you actually have an immortal spirit in you, but it's not even that signal is not even you know, being alerted by the Most High, you know. But it said disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness. For the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. And that's all you people worship today, man. You don't even know, you don't even understand, man, that because you believe on the things that you believe, like with this Ammonite, because he's a nutritionist, all right? He likes to keep his body in order. He likes to, you know, get his body healthy, all right? But he's done all this research and all these like you got on the back of all these foods today, the nutrition facts. All right, well, he's taking his time to thoroughly study all these chemicals and I guess materials that are put into the foods, all right? And he believes that it's organic. He believes that man was originally created to create synthetic materials like that. It's not, no. And I told him too, you don't even know these foods are killing you, man. And he wants to, you know how they do it, well, you eat the same food. I'm like, I have no choice. But I know what I'm eating, man. And I'm doing my best to avoid certain dangerous foods, all right? But yeah, for the worship of idols not to be named in the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. For either they are mad when they be merry, or prophesy lies, or live unjustly, or else lightly forswear themselves. For in so much as their trust is in idols, which have no life, though they swear falsely, yet they look not to be hurt. And y'all people don't, and that man, and y'all people, y'all don't consider, man, that you are being hurt. Knowledge, having the right form of knowledge, man, can save your life. The truth. Having the wrong form of knowledge will get you killed. All the lies of the world pretty much, what the world offers, all right? But, you know, that, I mean, what I was saying today was cluttered, man. I kind of came out here just, you know, I was at the house, and I was like, you know what, I'm tired, I want to get up and get out. As far like that, and I was thinking about what he was saying, and my mind started racing, and I was like, man, I mean, there was a lot we talked about, because all that stuff we were talking about wrapped around a lot of these things we were talking about. The point that I wanted to get across today was that y'all people, you heathens, the reason y'all don't believe the Most High is real or that he's coming back is like it says in Peter's. Do not count the Lord's slackness as you count men's. Just because it gets to a point where he says, I'm coming back, it's repetitive, right? You believe at one point in time, but you keep hearing it so long, you're like, you know what, I've heard it, so I'm good, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and then when the time comes, I'm gonna get up, you know? It's not like that, man. You gotta continually be hearing that repetitiveness in your mind, because it has to become a part of you, because it will happen. Like the scriptures say, man, Joel, Habakkuk, Hebrews, the scriptures tell you, man, the Most High is coming back, and he tells you that he exists. But because it hasn't happened right away, and because he told you so many times to be like, well, just wait, and you're thinking that you're gonna have to wait however long you believe you gotta wait, and then he'll come back. It's not like that. The Most High is gonna return when he wants to return. All right, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it is, and he will return. And that proof, there's a scripture, man. Oh man, I think it's hold on, let me try to look for it. I think it's Zephaniah. Yeah, right here. Zephaniah 3 and 15. The Lord hath taken away thy judgments, he had cast out thine enemy. The King of Israel, even the Lord, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. There's going to be a time, man, when the Most High himself, or Yahweh Shai, is going to physically manifest himself in the earth, on the earth, man. And what are you going to do then? Are you gonna try to fucking ask Esau to give you an article to prove that he really is